Hey, gang, just thinking out loud here, especially after hearing the Trump speech and the way that the MAGA movement's kind of splintered over what was promised and what's going on. Now, back in 2015 and 16, when Trump ran, I figured he'd win because he was the most well known and he was an outsider, and there were so many candidates. He only needed like 30% of the primary vote to win the primaries to face whoever. And then the Democrats basically gave you a choice of someone who there was no way she would win, no matter what they said, no matter what the media said. No one was voting for Hillary Clinton. Sorry, fact. Then Trump gets in. He does a few things. He's plausible. We're believing him. Then they start the impeachments to make him the bad guy. Then he gets out. They start running after his businesses, his kids, Trump himself, all these indictments. He loses a few, but you never really hear what goes on with all the others. All to paint him as a victim. He comes back in 2024, promises A, B, and C again, no new wars, not going here. If he'd have been president, Ukraine and Russia never would have fought, blah, 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 blah. Right? Then to make sure he gets reelected, just because he's not a hero enough, we have the assassination attempt, the other one. Some people think that the one was not actually an attempt, it was more staged, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole just yet. Then they take Joe Biden, who probably wouldn't have won, but they made sure they put someone in place who wouldn't win, Kamala Harris. In fact, she received no primary votes in the Democratic side of the election. She was sort of selected, right? Not elected, selected. Sound familiar? Right? Bush War? Okay, old time history. So now, Trump wins in a landslide. Everybody's fooled. No, MAGA's fooled, thinking he's going to follow through on everything he said he would do. And he gets in office, and what happens? No Epstein list, no end of the Ukraine war, now we're in the Middle East fighting, and everything he said he was going to do, he is not doing. And a lot of the vitriol and stuff is all pantomime, as someone would say. So what do you think? Is Trump a false flag? Is Trump put in place to let the globalists take over and MAGA will splinter so they can't fight the globalists? The Democrats don't care. I mean, they don't care. They'd be more than happy to have globalists run. They'd be more than happy to have immigrants take over. That's all fine. We know where they're at. In fact, that makes them better because we know where they stand. They haven't lied to us. They are who they are. Trump, on the other hand, is concerning because obviously he's not who he says he is or was. And that, my friends, is the problem we face. Who is Donald Trump really? Just thinking out loud, I mean, I did vote for the man 3 times, so I was fooled 3 times. So that must make me demented. And I apologize. Had I have known, had I have thought about this beforehand, I would have definitely voted for the third-party candidate because what do you got to lose? We have nothing going on now but a uni-party running the show and dragging our country down. We're more divided. Things are more expensive. There doesn't seem to be any light at the end of the tunnel. And as a country, we can't survive that way. So we need to vote them all out, take a look at what's really important to us as a people, right? White, black, red, yellow, whatever. And use that as our foundation to decide who we really want to put in office. Okay, rambled a little bit too long. Just some really thoughts that just were running through my head. But hey, as I always say, what do I know? I am just a voice crying in the wilderness. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your day.